There is nothing under heaven stopping you from dreaming big. There is nothing under heaven stopping you from aiming high. You are not in competition with anybody. You are not doing it because you are competing. I'm really passionate about this topic. I can tell. You are not doing it because you are in competition with another person. But it is just the right thing to do. Go for it. Dream big. And pursue your dream. Let nobody talk you down. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ifeoluwa Bamishaye, and of course I am the Jesus Gist girl. I love to gist, but my gist will not take away from you, but always add value to you. So today I'll be talking about things I wish I knew in my early 20s and in my teenage days. Things I really wish I knew in my teenage days and in my early 20s. So in my last video I had talked about my expectations as a 30-year-old and my reality at the time I clocked 30. So in today's video, we'll be talking about things I really wished I knew in my early 20s and in my teenage days. So get a seat, sit back, because you're really going to enjoy this video. Meanwhile, if you are yet to share this video with someone, you are not supposed to watch this video alone. You know so many young people who really need to hear this, who really need to learn from this. Pass this video right now. Quickly copy the link, share with as many young people as possible. In fact, older people can learn from the lessons I'm about to share in this video. So please share this video with as many people as possible. Then you come back to press play. Okay? So let's get right into it without wasting any time. So the first thing I really wish I knew in my early 20s is dream big. Aim for the top. Don't even limit yourself. Do not play small at all. So when I was in my early 20s, I feel like I knew that I wanted to be at the top, but I didn't strive for it. I didn't put in enough energy. You know, there's a way you really push for something. You really want something and you really go for it. You really push for it. So I remember I'm just going to share one of the experiences. I remember one thing, that there was a very beautiful job opportunity that I would have gotten. And I was at the edge of getting it. Like the person in charge really wanted, not even on the matter of you liars for it or something. No, the person really felt like I deserved the job. I was good at what I was doing at the time. I really wanted to give me the job. And guess what? I was just reluctant. Not like I wanted the job, but the drive, the ginger, the push, the energy to go for it was not there. It was missing. And guess what? Another person came after me and put in that energy, that ginger, that push. You know, when someone say they want to give you something, it is on you to go back to them and say, good morning, sir, good morning, ma. I'm just, softly follow in a very polite manner. If it's through email, through a message, or you need to go into the person's office and say, I'm just really following up to say, this that you mentioned, what will you have me do? What am I supposed to submit? Your girl didn't do any of that. I was just waiting. You know what they say? It's not in the Bible, but they say everyone helps those who help themselves. But even the Bible says faith without action is dead. I feel like many times, young Christians, in your teenage days, in your early 20s, young Christians, they've taught us that, I'm happy that so many people are getting out of that now, but then they've taught us that, God is going to work it out, miracle is just going to happen, God will cause things to, it will just cause things to happen in our favor, the steps of the righteous are ordered by God. Very true, very, very true. But then, faith without work, faith without action is dead. There is nothing under heaven stopping you from dreaming big. There is nothing under heaven stopping you from aiming high. You are not in competition with anybody. You are not doing it because you are competing. I'm really passionate about this topic. I can tell. You are not doing it because you are in competition with another person. But it is just the right thing to do. Go for it. Dream big. And pursue your dream. Let nobody talk you down. Let nobody, as far as what you're doing is legit, as far as what you're doing is not against the scripture, go for it. Pursue those dreams. Like your life don't let me say like a life person, but be passionate about it and go for it. Put in the works. It will take you sleepless nights. I know a guy when we were in uni, this guy would sleep in the school most of the time, and he was always building one thing. Maybe those that went to uni together that are watching this may be able to pick the guy I'm talking about right now. He was always building one thing. In fact, they even gave him a nickname back then in school. If this guy was not building one harp or one something, the guy, even while we were in school, this guy built, I think, at least 1 or 2 harps. If this guy was not building an harp, he was reading motivational books. He was just going for it, and the likes of Ife would just be there cheering him on and say, oh, well done, you are doing well. What was stopping me from going for my own dreams? Because then I had so many things that could, go for. Build. Your teenage days, your early 20s are very precious. They are your building seasons. You see that dream? Do not allow anything to stop you. Go for it. You desire, you know that, oh, God would have you do. Go for it. I don't even want to give examples, so you don't limit yourself to the example I'm giving. Just go for it. Number 1 lesson, dream big and go for it. Aim for the top. There's nothing stopping you. So there was another time that I feel like I could have actually I could have, put in my best to be the top in a particular thing. But I was just okay being where I was. I was just okay being good. I was just okay being applauded by a few people. It was just fine. There is nothing wrong in being applauded by the whole world. Yes. Jesus said, if we believe in him, everything he did while he was on earth, shall we do, and even greater things. So he has called us to do greater things. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So please go for it. Right? I feel like this thing will be like 3 parts. I want it to be 2 parts, but here we are. Number 2 is there are virtues or there are talents that you have. Explore your talents. Build them one after the other. Okay, let me explain. Explore your talents. So you could do, for instance, let me use myself as to explain this. I could do so many things in my early 20s, my teenage days. I could do so many things. So I'm saying in early 20s, teenage days, or maybe I should have titled this things I really wish I knew in my university days. But I don't want to limit it because of those that are not in university for one reason or the other. So I don't want to limit it to that. You may not even be in a formal educational setting, but teenage days are your season of discovering the things that you can do. You would have started discovering it while you're younger, right? But in your late teenage days, from 15 years and above, you would have started discovering the things that you can do. There were things I could do. I've started highlighting them since I was a child. I could do things like I could host meetings, like no matter how much, no matter the crowd, I can hold mic anywhere and speak. Hello everyone, you're welcome to the show. I am your host. My name is Ifelua. There was this lady, Malta Guinness, Martina Dance. Osas used to host Martina Dance. She was my idol. I used to look at her and say, one day I will be like her. I'm coming to the part where I'll tell you how I dropped the dream. Don't let anything discourage you from dropping the dream, except it is not biblical and except it is not legal. Go for it. You have it in you, go for it. My mentor made a video on her channel recently talking about talents and turnovers. Mr. Oluseyi Adolfo, just search for Oluseyi Adolfo and watch talents and turnovers. For every individual, you have talents. Yours may be 1, yours may be 2, yours may be 5, but God has deposited. Nobody is empty. God has deposited a talent in you. You see those teenage days and early 20s, they're your season of exploring those talents, building those talents. The moment you discover the things you could do, so I could host events, I could write news, I remember my primary school, I started writing news and reading news back from primary school. I could write news. In secondary school, I would cast the news myself, I would put it together myself, I would give it to my English teacher to edit, I will interpret it, translate it to Yoruba myself, and give the English to someone to read, and I would read the Yoruba. As far back as when I was 14, 15, I was already doing that. Now imagine if I had built on that early enough. So I knew I could do all these things. But then I was just like the first point. I was just laid back. I could do so many things. Do not be, what did they say? How did they say that thing? Do not be jack of all trades, master of nothing. So identify. That was why I said explore your talents. Okay, identify your talents, explore them, and build them one after the other. So the moment you identify them, know the things you could do. I could host events, I could write news, anything media related, I was good. Sitting before the camera, it has always been my passion. I've always imagined that I would sit before the camera, I would talk to people. Preaching had always been my thing. Writing has always been my thing. Imagine, see all those things. And these are things that were fetching people money. 100 level, I think first or 2 weeks that we got into the hostel, I was already writing. I had a journal. I was already writing blog posts, gist of things that were happening. Do you know how much people are cashing out? Like having a blog post. Maybe I could have modified that to be better. Let it not just. I remember my first gist that I wrote in my blog post. I showed one of my lecturers was about finding a snake, and I was good with words. Finding a snake in the hostel, how ladies reacted. Do you know that could have built into a bigger blog today, like all this Linda Ikeji, but in a positive light? Do you know? And I could have started from uni. But along the line, someone just discouraged me and say, you are in an academic setting. Which one is writing gist of things that happen here and there? What's your issue? Just focus on writing academic papers. And I honestly tried to write academic papers, but they were just not my thing. They were not just working. They were not working. I tried. I could write. I can write, and not I could. And yes, I could. But even now, I can write academic papers. But give me pen and paper and tell me to narrate an incident that happened on my street. Oh my God! I will paint the pictures. You could almost imagine yourself being at that. That was a very beautiful skill. So identify all the things you can do. Just like I just highlighted, I could sell. While I was in uni, I would buy clothes, I would buy book, I would sell. These were things I could do. Now, all I needed to do was that I am now telling you is identify those things, list them out. Now, pick them one after the other. So then I could do all of those things, but I was not a master in any. When they call my name Ifeoluwa Akimbo, back then I was Ifeoluwa Akimbo. When they say Ifeoluwa Akimbo, what comes, my mentor taught me this years later, what comes to the mind of people? At least 3 things should be the top that will come to the mind of people when they mention your name. I feel like this shouldn't even be limited to age, early 20s, because this is rich. So what comes to the mind of people when they hear you? So after identifying those things, now see how many things I've listed, which means I am not a one talenter. I'm not a one talent person. I have multiple talents. So if you have multiple talents like me, after listing them out, now pick them one after the other and build them. Build capacity, read on them. If you need to learn on them, if you need to take a course, build them. So for instance, let's say I wanted to start with writing, I would focus my energy for a certain amount of time, focus my energy into building that capacity, learning. And sometimes you can actually merge that. Maybe as I was focusing my energy into writing and building a blog at that time, maybe I could have at the same time been selling, since I was passionate about selling, and before you know it, I would have built a business right from school, and it could have extended, because I started Ladies with Difference right on campus, and 10 years later, here we are. Ladies with Difference is still doing so well. Now imagine if I had started a blog back then. Blog is now money. Linda Ikeji is now a multi-millionaire. She's not even a billionaire herself. CCME started a YouTube channel right on campus. Then I will sit before my camera and be talking and be blabbing. I will make plenty videos. I lost the camera. I lost all the videos now. What was stopping me then to start? I should have watched a video like this, and rather than just waste those contents, I should have just been posting them on YouTube. Who knows? Diana Ikweme started when she was in university. Look at Diana Ikweme today. She's doing really well. So many people like that. So many YouTubers like that started while they were in the university. And today is money, right? They are doing very well. I dug on Asha Khan recently and discovered that he actually started making videos, uploading videos on YouTube far back since his uni days. So if you are in your teenage days, you are in your early 20s, and you are watching this, nothing is stopping you. I think we'll just stop this video at this, or let me add one more point, then we'll round it off and move to part 2, then part 3. So yeah, pick your talents, explore them, build them, and go for it. Go for it. I think I've said that before. So yeah, 3, prayerfully get a mentor. They are not arranged in any order. It was as the points were coming to my head, I was writing them down. Prayerfully get a mentor. So I feel like far back when I was a teenager and I was in except for my parents really tried their best, invested in me. My dad especially would talk me through a lot of things, keep telling me, if you can do it, if I go for it, but sometimes you need that external voice. So prayerfully get a mentor, because back then I feel like so many people assumed I was okay. So many people assumed I knew what I was doing. I said this to my husband a few days ago and he laughed. Yes, it's the truth. So many people assumed I knew what I was doing, but I did not know what I was doing. I needed a guide, someone to guide me. I needed a guidance. Is that the correct word? Please. I needed a mentor. I needed someone to, God strategically brought a few people my way at some point. I'm grateful for the likes of Dr. Peter Okpe in my 100 level, and who was there all through. But he was a man. So there was limits to the things I could do in a university setting, before I even got into uni. Imagine if I had gotten a mentor since I was in teenage church maybe, and the person has been following me. This also goes to people who are adults already. I mean, you are no longer in that age circle. Please look out for the younger ones. Be deliberate. I always say that if it is just one person that you can pour yourself into, that you can look out for and say, this person under my watch will get it right, will not miss it maritally, will uphold sexual purity, will get it right in purpose, it's fine. But we need to hold these younger ones, we need to hold their hands so that we should not assume that they know what they are doing, because everybody back then just assumed if I knew what she was doing, she was a smart girl, she was brave. I did not know what I was doing. I needed someone to talk sense into my head. But we thank God for where I am today. So I think we'll just stop here, or let me add one more point. Because I'm thinking we can do 2 parts. Number 4, make money. Number 4 is massive. Let me jump to number 5. Let's swap. So number 4, listen to positive stories and feed your mind right. Listen to as many positive. Remember that guy that I talked about earlier? That guy that was always reading stories of successful people. I used to look at him. I remember one night I was looking at him with this guy. Oh, you don't even know what is wrong with you. I always read these stories of successful people. He was always feeding his mind. You know what he was doing? He was fueling the possibility in him. It was so from there, what you will only imagine is possibilities. You will see that it is possible, and you will hold firmly onto your dream too, because you've read so much stories about people who achieved their own dreams. So please, listen to positive stories. Talking about a mentor, the one I said earlier, please, I said prayerfully get a mentor. It is not everybody that is an Elizabeth. I will help you to carry your dream. Some people will smash your dream. Some people will delete your dream. Some people will not help you to bet your dream. So let it be a prayerful procedure to say, God, I need someone to guide me. Ask God. He says, ask and I have given unto you. There's nothing too small to ask God. Ask for it. So yeah, listen to positive stories and feed your mind right. Read books. Feed your mind right. Feed your mind with things that will help you to see possibilities only. Watch videos that will help you to see all those videos that will read negativity, 1 hour long video, and you're feeding your mind with that negativity. Not that kind of video. Ginger yourself. Read positive stories, and you'll know that the Lord is good. Amen. I feel like I've started playing. Okay, with these few points of mine, we've come to the end of part 1 of this video. So in part 2, we'll be sharing the remaining points that I'm yet to talk about. So let's just do part 1 and part 2, okay? Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget there's a part 2. So please come back to watch part 2 in just a few days. It would have been uploaded already. So please turn on your notifications so that anytime that my video goes live, you will be the first person to know, and you'll be able to watch and share with as many people. Please, that is my plea. We need them to hear this. We need as many young people as possible to hear this. Share with as many young people as possible. God bless you. Like this, leave a comment so that YouTube will know that people need to watch the video, and will be able to recommend the video to as many people as possible. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.